Radio. You are listening to All in One. I'm here with my amazing co-hosts,
Ashley Billingsley.
And Rylie Nyloff.
and I'm Magy Vincent, and today is going to be fun because we are starting off with, of course, our fun little game that we always start off with. We're going to be playing This or That. Next is a new segment with me and Rylie. We're going to do some true crime. Next is Riley's and Jaden's throwbacks.
Yes, where we're going to be talking about 90s TV shows.
Fun. Sorry, my phone's not working. Oh my gosh. Next is sports with Sean and Ethan. And then, of course, I think I think this is all our favorite segment. Conspiracy theories.
Yes.
Okay.
Oh, 100%.
Conspiracies is my favorite, and I have a good conspiracy theory on the Nightmare on Elm Street. So
I'm so excited to hear
No, me
about
too.
that. Okay, first up, this or that. So I'm just going to be saying, like day or night, and then you guys are going to guess which one I prefer. Okay?
Okay, bet.
So, first one, introvert or extrovert?
Extrovert. Easy.
extrovert, I would say. I don't know. I always kind of say introvert, actually. Like, I feel like when you're around, like, your friends and stuff, it's different, but, like, I don't know.
Yeah, you're right. I'm both. If I'm around like new people, I'm very introverted, but once I'm comfortable. Lefty or righty?
Right-handed.
Left-handed.
My dominant is right, but I am a little bit of a lefty too.
Interesting.
I think you might guess this one really easy. Am I simple or am I glam? That's what it says on here, by the way.
I'm going to go with simple.
I agree. Simple.
Yeah, clearly.
But like it's a
Based
cute
on-
simple, so like
Oh,
Yeah.
thanks.
welcome.
Rain or sunshine?
Sunshine.
Sunshine.
Rain. Storms I hate. If it's just a nice rain, like out today, it just smells like rain. I love it.
Yes.
Yeah.
Early bird or night owl?
Definitely an early bird.
I-
I feel
yeah.
like you said you can't sleep in even if you try, so
Yeah, you're right. I am an early bird. Do I try to get even with people or do I just get over it?
definitely just get over it.
I get over it for sure.
Yeah, I definitely, am mad for a little bit, but what can you do? Night in or night out?
Night in.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, night in.
100%.
for sure.
Like if I could just stay home and watch a movie, like How to Train Your Dragon, or read a book, that's me. Calls or texts?
Text.
I'm gonna have to go with calls.
I'm gonna be honest with you, I have no idea because I hate both.
Fair enough.
Okay.
Sunrise or sunset?
Sunrise.
Sunrise.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Usually, I mean, they kind of look the same to me, I guess. Always late or always early?
Always early.
Always early.
Easy.
Oh yeah, being late drives me nuts. Dog person or cat person?
Dog person. I
Don't
know
you
your
ha- I'm pretty
sister
sure you
said
have
you had
both.
your own dog, so
Yeah.
I do. I'm a dog person. We have 4, but one of them is my little JJ. Am I a dreamer or am I realistic?
dreamer.
Based off of what I know about How to Train Your Dragon, and you like reading, so you're definitely a dreamer.
Yeah, 100%. Last one. Walking or driving?
Driving.
Driving.
I actually hate driving.
Really?
I hate it. If someone else offers to drive, I'm like, yep, go for
Really?
it. I hate it. So going back to being a dreamer or realistic, being a dreamer, I want to be like famous, So here's Famous by Big Time Rush.
For some reason, you're my introverted?
I think you're kind of like me, like around people you're like people you're comfortable with. You're extroverted, but introverted at the same time.
I would say so, but I feel like I lean more towards introverted. But like, I don't know how to describe it, but like, so you both are pretty much right.
I mean, it's kind of like they have similarities, but very like different at the same time. So it's
Yeah.
kind of hard to like pick one specific.
Exactly. So am I lefty or righty?
Righty.
I mean,
not me to say left-handed.
this. I mean, looking at you, like initially for some reason I want to say left.
Do you say looking at you in your sleep?
No, I said looking at her initially.
Oh, that did not sound like initially at all.
That's creepy. No,
What to say?
I'm just gonna say left because that's the first thing I said in my
Righty.
dang
Now, do I prefer rain or sunshine?
sunshine.
Both are wrong.
Oh.
You don't like either? You like
No, you both said sunshine. I like
oh,
rain.
both are wrong. I'm
Like both of you said the wrong one. It's rain.
oh my god, I can't. My brain.
Like, I love the sound of rain. Like,
Same.
okay, this is gonna sound really weird, but like walking outside during the rain is like,
Yes.
so nice. Like, I don't know why. But
That's
just
always like movie scenes though.
Who walks outside in the rain?
People in movies, Rylie.
You won't catch me doing that.
So, do I give more early bird vibes or more night owl?
Night
Night
owl. You
owl.
are a night owl.
100%. I will stay up all night. It's so. Do I
Gaming?
tend to? Anyways, do I tend to get even or get over it?
I think you get over it.
Yeah, easy. So, do I prefer calls or texts?
Text.
Texts.
Oh,
Definitely
100%.
Text.
Well, I guess it depends. Like if it's like casual, then texting. But like we're talking about something important, then calls
Like
for
a
sure.
phone call, yeah.
Yeah.
Like a serious talk so they know your tone.
Yes.
Because you can get so
exactly.
like, it's like
Yeah.
miscommunication with text
Yeah.
messages
Oh my
really
gosh,
easily.
Communication. Good communication's good. So do I like sunrise or sunset more?
Sunset, because I don't think you're ever up early enough for the
Yeah, I'll go
sunrise.
with sunset too.
It's actually sunrise.
Really?
There's been over the summer there were several times where I would be staying up all night playing video games and
Need to
I
be
would
awake
just like
for it.
yeah, so I'd get up and I would just go on my back deck and watch the sunrise. Yes, it's an issue. So am I always late or always early?
Early.
Always. I try to be like 5 minutes early at least.
Well, being on time is late.
exactly.
Like if you have to be somewhere at 5 o'clock, you show up at 5 o'clock, you're late.
Yeah. That's how I always go by it too.
Is that not how you think of it, Rylie?
No, not really.
Okay, am I more of a dog person or a cat person?
Dog person.
I'm gonna just go with my instinct. I'm gonna say cat.
Dog.
Dang it.
I used to have 2 cats, but I'm definitely more of a dog person. So, am I a dreamer or am I more realistic?
Considering that.
Dreamer.
Yeah, dreamer. You mentioned How to Train Your Dragon with mine earlier. So
yeah,
I'm gonna
I
mention
did.
How to
It's the
Train Your
same
Dragon
thing.
with you.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
dreamer.
So do I like walking or driving more?
Driving.
Yeah, I'll go driving too.
Driving, but I don't have my license yet. But like driving, yeah. All right. Well, that is it for me.
It should have said No by Taylor Swift is playing next.
Yeah.
Is that your pick?
I'm Rylie, and we are back. Now it's going to be my turn for the this or that. So, would you guys say I am an introvert or an extrovert?
I think you're an introvert.
I agree.
You're more on the quiet side.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you guys haven't seen me out of school.
Yeah, I feel like out of school, like, you're different.
Like, you could ask Jaden sitting over there. Okay, would you guys say I'm an early bird or a night owl?
Night owl.
I feel like you're neither. You're definitely not an early bird.
No.
No, I'm definitely more of a night owl. Like, I could stay up all night and stuff.
So I remember you telling me, like, when you were younger, you'd sleep till, like,
Yes, I would
3.
sleep till like 3 o'clock. Like, my
Jeez.
friends would come over from across the street and ask me to go swimming, and my mom would be like, "Oh, she's still sleeping."
She's sleeping.
I'd be like, "Oh, okay." Okay. Am I always late or always early?
Okay, this is gonna be like really mean, but I feel like always late because when wasted like 5 minutes is like good. Yeah.
Yeah, I agree.
I am always late. I literally show up like last year. I would show up to school like 20 minutes late. Like
Why?
every
Just because,
single
like,
day.
you were
Because
just...
I don't like getting up early.
Those
So
go hand in
I
hand.
would just sleep in. And then I don't know. That's just what it was.
Fair.
Fair
Would
enough.
you say I'm a dog person or a cat person?
Dog.
Cat person.
No, I
Don't
have
you have-
7
yeah, I
cats.
was about to say
You
you
have
have
7
7
cats.
cats.
That's okay. For some, I got you two mixed up then, because for some reason I thought you had all the cats.
No,
I have 2
all the
dogs.
cats, and I love my cats. I love
You have
my
7
cats.
currently
Yes.
in your house right now. You have
Yes.
7.
Yes, right now.
Wow.
Yes, because we had a foster fail, so we had 4 kittens we had fostered, but then my mom was like, we can't get rid of them, and then we already had 2 cats, and then I recently just got another cat. And she is so adorable.
That's what we did with my dog JJ. He was just a foster, and then I got attached, so my mom let me keep him.
Yeah. Okay, this is the last one I'm gonna do, and do I get over it or get even?
I feel like you're the type of person to get even.
Yes. Jaden's nodding your head over there. Yeah, I am definitely my bad, but you ain't gonna do anything to me.
Ooh, wow, feisty over here.
Anyway, the next song that is playing is actually a little Easter egg in my favorite movie, Halloween. It plays in the background when they're in the car, and it is "Don't Fear the Reaper."
They play that in Hello again. Welcome back to PC3. Oh my gosh.
PC3 Radio.
Thank you, Rylie. The next segment is new. We're gonna do some true crime.
And we also want to give a big shout out to Lice for sponsoring us. So
Yes. Okay, so I picked the true crime today, and this is just like the shortened version, and I want to see what you think without all of the details. Okay.
Okay.
So Kendrick Johnson's body was found in a wrestling mat on January 11th, 2013, in his high school gym in Georgia. The state and local law enforcement, they rule his death as accidental, and he died allegedly after he climbed up the mat that was standing up vertically, and his head was face down, and they could see his legs up. Like, they could see his feet.
So, how did he die though? Just like.
They say suffocation from, like, being upside down for too long.
Huh. Well, that's interesting.
Yeah, they say he climbed in there to get his shoe.
Really? Do they say that? Do you think there was any like foul play or anything?
Well, people think there was, but there's no proof. There's the surveillance video of him. It's like 1:30 in the afternoon, like during a school day, of him in the gym walking towards that area where the mats are stored, and that's it.
So like it cut out? Like that part's just missing of the surveillance video?
I think so, because there's no way there's no one else that walked. Like, there was no one else walking in or out of the gym. There's no way he climbed. He's like, oh, no, like, if your shoe was at the bottom of a mat standing vertically, what would you do, Rylie?
How would your shoe even get in there? Like,
Good-
what would you do? Throw
good
it
question.
up into there?
But if something was, in the bottom of it, what would you do?
How do they know he was trying to get his shoe if he had died?
Because
Who
his
told him
friends,
that he was trying to get his shoe?
his friends, like, they made a statement that they would, like, store their shoes and stuff in the wrestling mats.
Why would you store your shoes in a vertical wrestling mat that you obviously can't get to?
I don't know. But if my shoes were stuck in there and, like, oh, they put it vertically today, I'd push it over.
I bet you it was the friends that killed him, and that was their cover-up story that they put the shoes in the mat. Like, 'cause nobody does that.
Right. That's a good idea. They said they'd done it before. Like him, like, what's his name again?
Kendrick Johnson?
Kendrick was like, and his friend, they both did it, like, months prior. And they've done it a couple times.
Well, how do they normally get out of there?
They
normally
would
climb up in there to get it out of there?
They wouldn't climb it, but they would be, laying down, so they'd crawl inside. But I don't know why, like, if Kendrick was like, oh, no, I left my shoes in there, they put it vertically,
Yeah,
you
that
would push it
doesn't-
over.
That doesn't really make any sense.
Right. That's what I'm saying. Like, when I found this, I was like, this doesn't make sense. Logically, like, there's no way he would have climbed up the mat just to go head first to get his shoe when he could have just pushed the mat over.
Yeah. That would make a lot more... Like, it can't be that heavy of a mat, and you probably could just put it right back up there.
Exactly. And if not, like, if the mat's tipped over, it's tipped over. Like, it's not the end of the world. They have to roll it back into the gym regardless.
Do they have any more, like, details on it or anything?
I mean, really, no. Like, there's, like...
So it's just a closed case. Like, no one knows. So they just ruled it as, like, not a murder. As just, like, he did it to himself. Like,
Yeah, like,
accidental.
the family thinks that the law enforcement, like, in the state are trying to cover it up.
Really?
Yeah. Like,
Is
in
it,
this
like,
article.
a big school?
Yeah. Not real. I mean, high school gym in Georgia. I don't know how to pronounce this name.
Well, you guys will find out the name on tomorrow's segment of this. And our next song is No Body, No Crime by Taylor Swift. Guys, and we are back with the throwback segment. Today I am here with,
Jaden.
and we are going to be talking about 90s TV shows. So the first one I have up is Saved by the Bell,
I love that show.
which it technically came out like late 80s, but it ran through the 90s, so I'm going to consider it a 90s show.
Yeah.
Now, on that show, there was Zach Morris, which was like the bad boy, like always getting in trouble. There was AC Slater, which is like the jock. There was
Mhm.
Lisa Turtle, which was like the fashion.
Like the icon.
Yeah.
Like.
And then Jessie, she was like the smart one, the one always doing it right. And then Kelly Kapowski was like the popular, like this, just the popular one, basically.
Yeah.
And it was just a show on their high school life. And
But
they, what are you gonna
You
say?
forgot someone.
Screech.
Yeah.
Screech. He was like the nerd type. That was.
Did you
Zach
know he
Morris's
died
best
in
friend.
real life?
I did know he died in real life.
Yeah.
I can't remember why he died. I
He-
think
I
it
think-
was a
oh.
heart attack.
Really?
I thought it was a heart attack, but maybe not. I could be wrong on that one. I'm not
Oh.
100% sure on that one.
Yeah, I don't know. I saw different things.
So they like covered big subjects. Like there was one episode where like Jessie was taking all these caffeine pills and she like went crazy. And yeah.
Yeah.
What was your favorite episode of that show?
I don't really have a favorite episode. I just liked when I don't know when like Zach would always try to get with Kelly, and like they
Yeah.
like the beginning of the show.
Yeah, they ended up getting married, so.
Yeah.
But this is a number that you guys should never forget, and it's 8675309. That was an abrupt ending. Okay, so our next show, I don't even know if you've ever really heard of this. It was an old game show that I think is really cool. It was called Remote Control, and it was on MTV.
I've never heard of it.
And so basically for this show, they have like, it was a host, and then they had a little like TV thing, and these people would sit in their chairs, and they have to have a seatbelt on, because if they lost, they'd get dragged into the back, or like their chair would flip up into the back.
Oh.
And so for the game show, basically they have this remote, and like whoever like I don't forgot how they decide who went first. They touch the channel, and they'd be like, I want channel 9, and the question would be like, guess this soap opera, and there would be 2 other co-hosts that would like say the soap opera, and they'd have to try to guess what it was. And that show was actually one of the first shows that Adam Sandler was on. He was one of the people that would come in and like do an acting part for it every day.
Yeah, I've never heard of it at all.
Never?
No. I mean, like, I've, like, heard of, like, game shows that, like, throw you back, but I've never heard of this.
That throw you back?
Like, throw you back into, like, do, like, those things if you get something wrong. Like, we'll, like, spray you with something.
Oh. Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
And MTV used to actually have a lot of game shows. Like, they had this one show called, like, That's So Seven. It was not That Seven. It was something about the 70s, and they would get taken back in time and have to live like they were in the 70s. And the first one to crack, like that person would get sent home, and they'd play competitions to see who would crack and act like they weren't in the 70s.
Yeah, I've never heard of that one either.
I love some MTV game shows.
Yeah.
And this next song that's coming up is actually the first song that was played on MTV. I think it was in like 1978, I think it may have been, and it is Video Killed the Radio Star. saved the best show for last. This is my favorite show of all time, and it is South Park. Now, please tell me that you have heard of South Park.
I have.
South Park is my favorite show. I have a South Park keychain. I am subscribed to a monthly South Park shirt box, which my order came out yesterday, so I will get it in 2 days. I used to have a phone case. Like, literally anything South Park, I have it.
Do you have South Park shoes?
I do not have. My friend has South Park shoes, actually. He has Towley shoes.
Oh.
And
Who's that?
You wouldn't know who it is.
The only one I know is Eric.
There's Eric, Stan,
There's-
Kyle.
There's one in the wheelchair, too.
That's Timmy.
Timmy, yeah. I was about to say Jimmy for a second.
Jimmy is another character. And then Stan, Kyle. There's also Mr. Hanky Poo, and he's like, "Heidi ho," because he's a Christmas character.
Oh. Yeah, I've only seen like a couple episodes.
No, Jaden, being on the show, you're gonna have to get some background on some 80s and 90s things. Anything I say, you're like, "Oh, I've never heard of that."
Cause like I don't know, like I only know like the basic stuff.
What's the basic stuff? This is the basic stuff.
Well, I don't watch South Park.
But you don't watch any of the other shows or know
I
any
watched
of
Saved by the Bell.
You said you watched like one episode.
I watched it with my dad.
Okay.
I only
okay.
remember one episode though.
How long ago did you watch it?
Like 3 years ago. I'll watch it tonight, and I'll watch South Park
Okay,
tonight
you
too.
watch South Park tonight. You better binge watch all 20 something seasons.
I can't
okay.
do that.
I think you can.
Maybe.
But this last song that I'm going to play for you guys is by Bon Jovi, and it's one of my favorite songs, and it's You Give Love a Bad Name.
Hello, everybody. Welcome back to PC3 Radio, the sports edition. And today I'm here with Sean and our new special guest, Cole. That's right. Today, boys, we got some NFL football action coming up in just a little bit here. So, Chiefs and Lions, football's back. What's our thoughts going into this game here?
Well, I think if Travis Kelce does not play, I think that
I think that's going to change a lot about what happens with this game. I totally agree with you as well. You also got to look at the Lions' perspective, too. You got Amara St. Brown, Jahmyr Gibbs. He's the new rookie starting for the Lions here. And Jared Goff has obviously resurrected his career as of late with the Lions.
Yes, he did.
And, all right, guys, what's some keys to the game?
I think Travis Kelce, if he's not going to play, Chiefs probably going to get screwed.
Yeah, I mean, I think if Kelce doesn't play, it's gonna play a factor for sure of what to expect, how the game's gonna go, and obviously, the two head coaches, very, very impressive. Andy Reid has really done something really well with the Chiefs organization in the last 5 years. But the Lions, what they've done here in the last year has been very special, and I think with the momentum going into this year, how it's all been the Lions winning the North, or the Lions finally getting a playoff spot. I think this game is going to really set the tone for the rest of the season. And if the Lions were to shock the Chiefs, it's going to really do them well here, and especially in a very important Week 1 matchup.
Yeah, so I really think if Chiefs could win this, their just defense has to hold together against the Lions' firepower that they have now. Because after seeing last season, they added another explosive running back, lost Swift, but added Montgomery. So if they can just if Chiefs can contain the Lions' offense, the Chiefs have a chance of winning. But I do think the Lions will come out on top in this game.
Yeah, Lions definitely, as of right now, they are still the underdogs, but I wouldn't be surprised if they pulled away with the victory. What are some players to look out for now? Obviously, you got Patty Mahomes. If Travis Kelce plays, that's going to be a big deal. Amara St. Brown, Gibbs, as I said earlier, this is his new first game here in the new year.
Well, since it is Gibbs first, I feel like Montgomery really to look out for. Maybe just a couple touchdowns, maybe, and Goff. Maybe Goff just comes out, because the last time Mahomes and Goff played, he was in LA, and it was one of the highest scoring games of all time. So
it was that crazy 54-51 win, and that was a crazy Monday night game to remember.
Yes,
it.
Back facing each other, and maybe Goff can have some lightning in his arm. And
that is true. All right, what is our prediction? Sean, you go first.
I'm going to say Lions win 24-21.
All right, Cole, you're up.
I have Lions 28-21.
All right, this one's I know I'm gonna hear it, but give me Chiefs 28-24. I still think it's gonna be a very close game. I just don't think. I think if Travis Kelce comes back, it's gonna play a big, huge factor into what happens here in the new year. All right, so that's pretty much gonna wrap things up here. Any last second thing you want to say, Cole?
And I think so. I think we covered it all.
All right, NFL season is finally back here in action, and it is awesome to say the least that we're all here for the new year. Coming up next, we got Mirrors from Niall Horan. Take it away, Niall.
Hello again, and we are finally back for our favorite segment, Conspiracy Theories.
Yes.
I love this segment so much. And yesterday we talked about the Mandela effect.
Yes.
And one of the ones we talked about was Star Wars. And how the famous line, Luke, I am your father, spoken by Darth Vader, is, he doesn't actually say Luke, he says, no, I am your father. I did research last night because I was very curious.
Interesting.
Exactly. So I talked to my brother, and he was like, yeah, it's Luke, I am your father. And I was like, okay. So I looked it up. The first video I clicked, it says, no, I am your father. So I was like, oh, dang, hey, Rylie was right. So I was like, I'll just scroll down a little bit on YouTube, see what I find. And I found a video that was titled, Luke, I am your father, unaltered.
Oh.
But do you really know if it's unaltered?
I don't know, but I clicked on it and I listened to it, and he says, Luke, I am your father. So then I was like, okay, there are literally two versions. It's no, I am your father, and Luke, I am your father. So now I'm kind of creeped out. And I was like, wait, what's that video under there? So I click on the next one. It says 1980. The video is from 1980. And Darth Vader says, no, Luke, I am your father.
Huh.
So there's like three different
So there's
versions.
three different versions. One says no, one says Luke, and one says no, Luke. Which one is it?
I'm going to go with the no, I am your father. I still think that my Mandela effect was right.
I don't know. I mean, what if it is no, Luke, I am your father, and people either just heard the no or people just heard Luke? Like, that's possible, isn't it?
I mean, it is.
Yeah, I'd say so.
Crazy. It's insane. I don't even know what to think
I
anymore.
actually have.
Your audience says that it is no, I am your father.
Well, our
Oh.
audience is wrong.
Okay.
yeah,
if it's
well,
the boys in the newsroom, they are wrong.
It's always the news
Another-
kids, I'm telling you.
Another movie conspiracy is that about the Nightmare on Elm Street. Have you ever seen Nightmare on Elm Street?
No, but I've heard of it.
I've heard of it
Okay,
too. I
so
don't think I've
people
seen
said that the Nightmare on Elm Street is based on this guy from Germany named Frederick Krueger, or Kruger. And as it was said, so he came here after World War I
Okay.
and joined the circus.
it. Oh.
That's-
So his main
okay.
thing was hypnotizing people. And he practiced it over and over again, and he ended up getting really good at it. But he was still really poor because the circus started doing bad.
Okay.
So he started hypnotizing kids to go steal stuff for him.
What?
And he got so good that these kids would just go steal stuff for him without asking anything. And he just kept hypnotizing people to do stuff for him.
What?
And so people say that the movie Freddy Krueger, or not Nightmare on Elm Street with
Right.
Freddy Krueger,
Yeah.
is a dream movie because hypnotizic state is kind
Hypnosis?
of it's kind of like a dream. It's kind of like a dream state.
Yeah.
So they think that that's what the movie's based off of.
That's insane.
That is wild.
And if you kind of look at a picture of him, he kind of looks like Freddy Krueger.
Really?
Yeah,
There's
it's
no
it's
way.
weird. I'll have to show you guys after the picture
Yeah.
of him.
Now I'm really curious. I
It's
just got
weird.
goosebumps. Like, that creeped me out.
No, for real. Like what?
That's weird.
I know.
So they kind of based it off him, but
Yeah,
it's not.
like
at the same time.
loosely based off of him,
Right.
but I mean, it's pretty good. I mean, it's like the same name basically.
I mean, yeah, pretty much.
Yeah.
That's weird.
I know.
I'm
That's,
not
like,
into
scary.
scary movies, but now I'm curious because I've never actually seen it because I don't like scary things.
Yeah, my dad was talking to me about this, and that's where I heard it from.
Wow.
That's so weird. I know I've said that 8 times already, but that's just creepy.
Yeah, for
Every
real.
time you talk about scary movies, I get goosebumps. So, where
Thank
am I?
you guys for listening.
Yes.
This is PC3 Radio, and thanks, guys, for sponsoring us.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Tune in for some more conspiracy theories tomorrow.
See ya.